Hey everybody, I'm Carrie.
I'm Maddie.
Welcome back to Book Club.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to Book Club. And today we have a pretty easy, fun, relaxing episode. We are just going to be doing a May recap because, guys, not that how many books you read matters, but I have to say Maddie and I are feeling pretty good about ourselves because we read 7 books this month.
7 whole books.
Whole books. Can you believe that?
Whole books.
That now has to be said, they weren't all winners. We had quite a range of ratings, I think, actually, this month as far as our book ratings went.
Oh, yeah.
We have kind of the entire spectrum of 1 star to 5 stars. So we figured it'd be a good time to do a little recap. Starting with the first book we read this month, Saving Six
by Chloe Walsh.
The third in the Boys of Tommen series.
This series, Boys of Tommen as a series, is a masterpiece, but at the same time, it's so, I don't even know, gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me feel sick. For the majority of Saving and Redeeming, like, I wanted to vomit.
Yeah.
But
we're
in a
kind
good
of
way.
We're kind of talking about both Saving and Redeeming 6 because it's the third and the fourth in Boys of Tommen, and they're about both. We read both, one after the other, and they're both about Joey and Aoife. Joey is the older brother of the girl in the first 2 books of the series. So we already kind of knew a little bit about the situation that was going to happen, like the events that were going to happen in these books, because the timelines overlap with the first 2 books. We're just getting a different perspective now. And we knew it was going to hurt, but I don't think I was prepared for, like, I thought the first 2 books of this series were, like, obviously they were, like, so deep and heavy and so good. Like, I rated them like they were 6-star reads for me, but getting that extra point of view, literally, I didn't think it could get worse as far as, like, emotional grief that I was feeling. And it's been like a month now since we've read those books, and I miss Joey Lynch. They could never make me hate you, Joey. Never.
I also feel like, I don't know, when I started, you guys might remember, we've actually talked about Boys of Tommen a few times on the podcast.
And many times on the YouTube channel.
The first time that I ever talked about Boys of Tommen on the podcast was me being vehemently disgusted by the whole thing. I swore up and down I would never, ever, 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 ever read it. Okay, well, I read it. And I read Binding 13 last year. And then I was like, okay, Carrie, I'm literally not even, like, I'm sorry to say it. This shit is good. You have to read it. So then we read Binding and Keeping Together again. And yeah, it, like, feels like when you read the first 2, it's like, oh, nothing can get worse than this. And then you read Saving and Redeeming 6, and it's like, oh, nothing can get worse than this. And I'm sure we haven't read them yet. I just have a bit of a feeling, right, that when we go on to read Taming 7 and Releasing 10,
because it's not a finished series.
It's gonna get worse.
It's not a finished series. But they are making this into a show, and they released the casting for Shannon and Joey, the first,
and Johnny and
Shannon,
Aoife.
yeah, Shannon, Joey, the siblings, and then their love interest, Johnny and Aoife. And I gotta say, I think they ate down. I think they have done so well with the casting.
One thing about me is that when it comes to casting a show, especially with, like, the recent Amazon shows, because the same thing happened with Off Campus that happened with Binding 13 Boys of Tommen, is everybody on the internet, you guys just want to be pissy and mad for no reason.
Literally.
Everything pisses you off. There is no way to appease the masses. And it always ends up being great.
Yeah.
I remember when they first casted Off Campus, and I was like, okay, I guess. I didn't say anything because, like, who am I? I will say also, headshots, not the best thing in the world, you guys. Acting headshots, most people look like a pretty big sack of shit in their headshots.
I agree.
Nobody's headshot does them justice.
I agree.
So, like, I feel like the headshots that they released maybe didn't do them as much justice, but everything I've seen since then, I'm like,
sorry if you can hear some rustling and bumping around.
Happening. It's just the cat.
He's having crazy time, and there's truly nothing you can do about it. He won't listen, so he's got to get it out.
He has to.
Anyway,
or else he will implode.
I also think it's so sick whenever specifically for something like Boys of Tom, it's such a heavy show, and it's like so loved by the people who have read this series. They casted all Irish actors, Irish or UK, just in general,
and new
faces. Olive, can you please stop doing that? She's clawing at my blanket. Anyway, they casted all new actors, and I think that yes, thank you. Because this is going to be a series. Like, I want to see new people. I don't want to have this like idea in my head of like characters they've already played or
and people who love to get disappointed are also the same people. You know who you are. Who cast Henry Cavill as everything? Henry Cavill is old as Father Time. Get the fuck out of my face with casting him as Rhysand.
No, literally.
I won't be having it. The slander is ridiculous.
Your weird TikTok fan casts not happening.
They're very shitty, I have to say.
Especially for a series like this. I'm so excited to see new actors that I really think could do a really good job and they throw themselves into these roles.
I think I also kept seeing, and I can see this as like, oh, this is kind of cute, but Stephen Kalin, the dean, De Laurentiis, and off campus, everybody was like, oh my God, he would be a perfect Gibbsy. No, he already has a role and he's Canadian, you guys. What is it with wanting to cast Americans as Irish people? If you have, and like, yeah, I guess like Hannah Wells, she's British. Has a British accent, but like, I don't know. It's to me, I don't like it when an American or Canadian actor is cast as Irish. That doesn't make sense. Mean, find somebody from Ireland.
I don't know. I think it depends. I like it regardless, depending on like the situation. Like
if
for
they're
something like
not a known actor, but the problem is that everybody is like picking like Rudy Plankov. I don't know his last name. He's from Outer Banks. He's the one who Dean De Laurentiis keeps getting compared to, being like, this would be a perfect Gibbsy. No, it wouldn't.
I mean,
I disagree.
I can understand where people are coming from, like the physical aspects for sure. Like Gibbsy, if you haven't read the series, he's like blonde, big, bulky dude, really goofy and like outgoing, very like a Dean character.
Fun.
So like, yeah, I can understand when people are getting that, but I do love, especially when there's something like Binding 13. It takes place in Cork, Ireland, which is in the south of Ireland, and it is a very. It takes place also in 2005. They're like spanning through the 90s and 2005. The whole series does, and the geographical location and the way that these kids are raised and like type of schools they're going to because they're in high school, like it matters that it is from Ireland and that they're raised in like a specific way. So it makes sense to me. I'm like, yes, cast, especially for something so heavy, cast Irish people that are the cat's going crazy. Like casting people who like have ties to something like this. I think it makes it deeper and they're better at throwing themselves into roles.
Obviously,
like
the point of acting is to be able to pretend.
Yeah.
So, did you see that?
The cat just did a somersault. The cat did a somersault.
That was crazy. Obviously, the point of being able to like to act is to pretend, to be able to pretend. So like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but agreed on the like, there's so many aspiring actors and actresses getting an already C-list celebrity. It's like, really, especially like, I'm not doing an A-list celebrity fan casting.
No.
If you are fan casting an A-list celebrity on an like up and coming show, especially something like Boys of Tom, and that is going to be inevitably, fingers crossed, hopefully.
Yeah, y'all better watch it.
Like 5, 6, 7, maybe even all of the seasons that we can get. Like it's going to cover each book. Like, why would we fan cast an A, B, C-list celebrity? I want somebody I've literally never seen before in my life. I agree.
And I think too, like, again, if you haven't read this series, it's a really heavy contemporary romance. But the romance is almost like
side plot
because it's
like a coming of age almost.
Coming of age drama. Like there's a lot of heavy topics in this. You can watch any of our YouTube videos where we've talked about it.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
With that being said, though,
we really love it, though. It's written so well. And Chloe Walsh is able, if you've never read one of her books before, she's really good at writing characters that you don't necessarily directly relate. You might not relate to their specific living situations or the things they've gone through, or God forbid you have, and probably makes it even worse. But even without that, she writes these characters, especially Shannon, who's the teenage girl in the first 2 books. There's something about it that makes you want to connect to these characters and root for these characters. And truthfully, with Shannon, makes you want to go back and really give 15-year-old, 16-year-old you so much grace and protect little teenage you. I don't know. It makes me so emotional to think about.
Well, should we move on to the next book?
Yeah, we should.
Both of those we rated 5 stars.
Yeah, I would put it on 6 stars if I could.
It's definitely going to end up being one of our holy grail.
Yes. I'm
book series.
100%.
And then after that, we took a really crazy turn after redeeming 6, and we read Flawless by Elsie Silver, which was
a cowboy romance.
Our first cowboy romance?
Our first cowboy romance.
Yeah. And bitch, save a horse, ride a cowboy. That's all I'll fucking say.
Oh, yeah. Elsie Silver really did the damn thing. It was so good. And I'm so excited to read the next one. My only critique of it, it's like basically, if you haven't read that one, it takes place in Canada, which is weird for me.
There's apparently Canadian cowboys, which...
Who's to say? I don't know.
We didn't know about that.
I'll believe
We're
it
not
when I see
well-versed
it.
in
I'll
Canada.
believe it when I see it. Because we're from Texas, so I'm going to imagine that this is maybe like Texas cowboy. I don't know.
I don't want to imagine a Texas cowboy.
Yeah, but if we're talking fiction romance, the men, if there is a country, if like wherever, Alberta, country, Canada.
Yeah.
They're not acting like this either. This is all fiction.
Somebody commented on our YouTube and they said that Alberta is like the Texas of Canada, which was like crazy to us. We were like, what the...
Yeah, so if that's true, then whatever.
I don't know. I guess maybe we'll have to go to Alberta and we'll we'll go to Alberta one day and we'll
report back
with our
But
thoughts.
I do think that it threw me off a little bit because do they have Southern accents?
Yeah.
There's no way.
How do they talk?
But in the book, they're using like Southern slang,
like darling
and y'all and fixin' to
sweetheart
and stuff like that. But and the audiobook narrators are using accents, and I'm like, wait, but is it a Canadian accent? Or is it a Southern
accent?
Because I don't
is there
understand.
a Southern Canadian accent? Like, is there a mix
Yeah,
between
if you're
the two?
from Canada, is there a Southern Canadian
How
accent?
do you guys...
Are you still saying big? Are you still saying a?
Roof?
I don't know. Strange to me. But that was what I was kind of like, what?
The A? You still say A?
Yeah. Like the moose from Brother Bear?
I'm literally imagining the moose from Brother Bear. The meese.
No, it's moose.
Plural?
Yeah, moose.
Moosin?
Nope, just moose.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, no, that's right.
The plural of moose is moose?
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid.
Well, it's definitely not moosin'.
I'm pretty sure it actually is. I have to Google this. Guys, what the fuck is the plural of moose?
Definitely not moosin'. And not meese. It's going to just be moose, probably.
Plural of moose?
It also threw me off a little bit because this series, the Chestnut Springs series, covers, I don't know if it's like just the siblings or what, but the older brother of the main guy in the first book. So we read
People
Flawless.
sometimes use meese as the plural of form because they're under the assumption that the word moose follows the same rule as goose. So that just called me stupid. Okay, whatever.
You're not stupid. You're so smart.
Whatever.
It can be meese if you want it to be meese.
Well, how do you guys talk?
Anyway,
is the real question.
We get a little bit of the brother in the first book. Like we get a little bit of insight on who the brother is because he's the second book in the series, and he kind of sounds like a misogynistic prick. So I think I might struggle with that, but I am ready to see him. Hopefully, because we will continue to read. Hopefully, grovel.
But also, I'm pretty sure the brother is many people's Rhett.
Yeah.
Eaton. I see so many people dropping their panties over him. Like, he is, from what I've seen on the internet, he is one of like the favorites in the Chestnut Springs.
Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully he has a big old change of character and he starts crawling and groveling.
Yeah.
Because in the first book, the little bits and snippets that we get about his character is
he's
less than
grumpy.
pleasing.
Yeah.
He's not just grumpy. He made some comment that was like, hey, what the hell? I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But I remember being specifically, whoa, guys, what are we talking about here?
It was good though.
It was
I
good.
think I rated
rate
it
it?
3.5.
I also rated it 3.5.
Sweet. And then next we went back to our roots, and we read The Mistake, which is the second off-campus book.
Yes.
Because we haven't finished that series
Yeah.
yet.
But the show came out and season 1 covers the deal.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay, we've read the deal. Now we have to read The Mistake.
And then
And it was incredible. Sorry, John Logan. I will listen to In the Kitchen a million times over to repent.
I'm sorry to Renee.
I'm sorry to Renee, but what's his face? What's his name again?
Antonio Cipriano.
I'm sorry. He ate down in that show and he's so hot. Okay, I'm listening to I Hate Boston so much. Or is it just Boston?
I hate Boston.
I Hate Boston. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna repent because if I see a John Logan thirst trap on Instagram, I have to watch it. I
Not
have
just
to,
once either.
especially after reading The Mistake. Brother is a certified yearner and eater.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah.
On top of that.
And I know that's right. It's cheesy. And it was like, I think a lot of people say that like the off-campus series is a little bit cringy and cheesy. And it is.
But it's fun.
It
so
is
was The
so
Summer I Turned Pretty. Do
fun.
not get on your fucking soapbox at me.
It's so fun. It
It's
was
fun.
so fun. I rated that book 4 stars.
I think I did too. I actually don't know. Where does it say? I don't know. Oh yeah, 3.8.
No, that's the community
That's
rating.
community. Well, then I definitely rated it higher than that. So
What are you looking at?
I don't know. Sometimes
Sorry, guys.
Fable is confusing to
No,
me.
sometimes what happens is that Carrie acts like a fucking boomer.
Okay, fucking relax. Jesus Christ.
babe.
Okay,
4
I rated it.
stars.
Yeah, no, I rated it 3.5.
You didn't rate that book 4 stars?
I did not.
Get shit on.
Yeah, I feel like that should be rectified probably. But I did really love it.
Sometimes you just like, I do this too. Like sometimes when you rate a book immediately after finishing it, you sit on it for a few days and then you're like, that's wrong.
Yeah, I loved that book. I had a great time.
It was so fun. It was so cheesy and so good.
I'm so excited. I know in the show they're switching it up a little bit. The third book is Dean and Allie, and they're actually making that season 2. So John Logan's book is actually, my guess is going to be season 3.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like that might help build on the character a little bit because a big part of John Logan's character is that he's kind of pining after somebody else, and
Yeah.
it's like this long drawn out thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we're getting
I'm
a whole
excited.
other season of him like behind, like B story yearning, so that his season I feel like is going to hit even harder. And they've already casted Grace, who is his female counterpart, and she is incredible.
And I feel like
the
we
casting
might
in the
get,
show is so
the
good.
casting is great. I feel like we might get how we got like an introduction to Dean and Allie. We might get the like first few
because the
scenes.
The Mistake covers
2 years.
2 years.
Well, 2 school years.
Yeah.
Like the end of one school year.
And then the rest of the
next.
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
It's
think
going to
that's
be,
going to be really good.
you know what I'm going to do? A backflip over it probably.
Yeah.
And then next we have kind of a little bit of a hot
Yeah.
take here.
Yeah.
Our next book that we read was Happy Place.
Oh, just kidding. Oh, you're right. Mine didn't let me rate it. It was Happy Place.
Oh, yeah.
By Emily Henry. And if you've been here for a while,
You know.
we love Emily.
We love
Henry.
Hen.
There
That's our
hasn't
girl.
been like, I mean, we did like a whole thing on people we meet on vacation.
Yeah. The only Emily Henry book that like personally I didn't love was Great Big Beautiful Life, but I still had a good time reading it. I just like didn't think it was anything like super spectacular or special. But like majority of Emily Henry books we really, really enjoy. Happy Place was my least favorite Emily Henry book ever.
So let me lay out kind of what happened here. We were reading this, and in the beginning, Oh my God.
Perfection.
So much fun.
Perfect.
The vibes of this book, the location it's set in Maine at this big giant house. And it does like some time jumps. It's almost kind of like a fake dating trope. If you haven't read it, which I don't know, most people have, I guess. What is the average rating on Fable for Happy Place? Because what is it?
4.03.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's insane.
Here's the thing. It's like a fake dating thing. This whole friend group is back at this cabin in Maine, and the main couple have to pretend that they haven't broken up yet because they haven't told their friends. That's kind of the premise. But they're at this vacation, so they have to pretend to still be dating.
And it's so good.
It's so good. The like banter is good. My critique in the kind of the beginning, as I was like, the male counterpart Win is kind of annoying. Like he was kind of a loser.
But you also get like the time jumps back into seeing like a young Win and a young Harriet, and it's like,
and how they got together in the first
okay,
place.
so I can like
yeah
feel the vibe. It's so good.
You understand why they fell in love originally, and then you get to figure out why they broke up. But then in the end, are we gonna spoil it?
If you don't want spoilers, skip to like a minute and a half from now. But yeah.
She gets ballerina farmed. She gets trad-wifed so fucking hard. This woman who's gone through medical school. She's in her residency. She
just gives up her whole life to go live with a man who lives with his mom.
And he never gives a declaration of love to her. She's always the one doing the declaration of love, even though he broke up with her.
Over a phone call, ended an engagement.
Yeah, they were engaged. And he broke up with her over the phone, sent her shit in a box. And she quit her residency.
And he never really even apologized.
No.
He was just like, I had to send you your stuff because otherwise I would have not stuck through with the breakup.
Yeah.
Never even said the words, as far as I remember. Maybe he did, but
he didn't
say
enough.
The words, I'm sorry.
No, he didn't grovel enough. And it was just such a throwaway ending for what could have been such a great character. Harriet was at that point one of my favorite FMCs that Emily Henry had ever written.
Yeah, it was such a letdown.
It was such a letdown. I don't even know what I rated it.
I rated it 2.5.
Yeah, probably something similar.
I did not like it. I was very disappointed. I'm very surprised. You guys know, though, if you've watched the podcast for a while, we're not big fans of tradwifery. Yeah. Some people love that, and that's like great. And great for the people that do. I think the whole premise and our point with especially Happy Place was that Harriet had such a developed character.
Yeah.
And to Win was not happy following her. So why the fuck am I supposed to believe that she's going to be happy following him?
It was just like
thrown away.
It wasn't a realistic ending for Harriet. If I'm reading a cheesy 250-page cowboy romance that takes place in a small town, I wouldn't be surprised by like, oh, we get married and have a family.
Babies. Great.
But for something like this, where it was like all these characters in this entire friend group are so developed, they have this whole thing where Harriet has gone to medical school, and then it just gets like thrown away. What the hell?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was just disappointing.
It was just a letdown. So,
but then we had a really great read immediately following,
and this was a big one.
This was a surprise for Carrie. I was pleasantly surprised, but I don't think I was as surprised as you.
We read Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune, and it was our book of the month pick, and because Maddie wanted to read it, and last summer we both in our personal book club. Everybody read a Carly Fortune summer book because she releases a new one every single year.
But we all read a different Carly Fortune book.
So I read This Summer Will Be Different. And you read
Meet Me at the Lake.
Meet Me at the Lake. And and then a couple other people in our book club read like One Golden Summer and something else.
The other one.
Whatever. I came to that book club being like, guys, this book fucking sucked. Like, I was so confused why everybody like is always yapping about Carly Fortune, because I was like, this is the most boring ass fucking book I ever read. And the plot was lame and I didn't really care about it. And it just kind of sucked. And normally I would say on rom-com side,
I'm pretty like
chill. Like I'm like, hell yeah, if I have a good time, I have a good time. And you're a bit of a harsher critic.
Yeah. But I get really, I get my panties in a wad. Like some people piss in my cereal when it comes to, is that a phrase? Did I make that up? I'm really bad at
cornflakes.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not good at euphemisms. I get them mixed up all the time. But I get pretty grumpy when it comes to rom-coms. And I thought Meet Me at the Lake was cute. I think I rated it like 3.5 stars. I tried to convince Carrie to read it, but she was so disappointed.
I was like, ugh, no,
by
boring.
the other Carly Fortune book that she wouldn't. And so it took a lot of convincing, more than typical on my part, to get her to be down to read Our Perfect Storm for this month.
But I gotta say, I rated it 5 stars. We
Yeah,
read Our
I
Perfect
also
Storm
rated it
and we
5
rated
stars.
it 5 stars.
It
Oh
was
my
so
god.
fucking
I haven't
good.
rated a rom-com 5 stars in so long.
And you guys, it was a friends to lovers.
Yeah.
On top
Friends
of
to
everything.
lovers, slow burn.
That is
5
not
stars.
something that we would ever typically rate 5 stars because like.
And I'm not even going to it follows George and Frankie, and they've grown up together, and basically Frankie gets left at the altar, and she's still got a honeymoon that's fully paid for in Tofino, Canada. And so her best friend George, who's basically her best man and has grown up with her, was like, let's not waste this honeymoon. Let's go do it together. Let's move on. He makes this whole plan for her to move on and to like get over this breakup.
And it is so cute.
It's so cute.
It's so
and
cute.
It's so romantically written, and the George is like almost like Mr. Darcy level yearning. He is so incredible. And Carly Fortune also like has this whole B story that she ties in at the end in the most beautiful way that it actually like it made us cry at the end.
Yeah.
Which is so
Not
insane.
we were not
that
expecting.
a silly summer rom-com made us cry at the end. What the hell? I highly recommend. I can see that being one of my favorite summer reads of the year. And summer's just started.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like I want to go back and reread it.
Was so good. I'm definitely like that did convince me because I liked Meet Me at the Lake, but Our Perfect Storm was so good. I'm like, okay, yeah,
I'll give her another shot.
I'm definitely about to order. Or I'm definitely going to pick up
every summer after. Every summer after it's coming out as like a show or something soon. I want to read that book.
We're going to read that for sure.
I think it comes out on the 10th, so we got to get on that.
Oh shit, we've got 4 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
And then we have one more book for the month of what the fuck? May.
And not to leave on a fucking low note.
But you guys, oh my God. We tried to read Mile High by Liz Tomford.
Guys, what are y'all on? This
what
book sucked.
the fuck?
This book sucked.
It was ass. We hated this book. However, I will say
it's a hockey romance if you don't know about a hockey player
romance. And you know,
and a flight attendant.
We're street corner whores for some hockey players.
Yes.
The bar that we have, not very high. Like I read Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and Hannah Grace is Icebreaker. Is that the right book?
Yeah.
Yes. They're not like super well written, but it's a hockey romance. It's smutty. It does what it needs to do. It's fun. So like really that's all we look for in a hockey romance. It's not like the stakes are super high. You know what I mean?
But this was just plain bad.
It was so bad. But I will say we were interested in the other characters in the book
that they're in the rest of the series.
So the Windy City series is something that is hyped up so much, but I have seen a lot of comments and discussions about how Mile High is the worst of the series.
I'm hoping it's like a Twisted Love situation where in the Twisted series by Anna Huang, Twisted Love is the first one and it's the worst
arguably
one.
the worst. Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad as Mile High.
I at least made it through Twisted Love.
Yeah,
we had to DNF.
And we got through it, quite a big chunk of it. But
Kitty on the shelf.
Hello, beautiful girl. But the main character was so misogynistic. Like, I'm not joking when I say it's just the flight attendant is on his like pro hockey team's private plane for the season is the love interest, and he like gets off on making her job a living hell and harassing her in the workplace. He makes a make me a sandwich joke unironically,
and then she makes him a fucking sandwich,
and she's supposed to be like this spunky like hardcore like cold like everyone thinks you're the best, I don't give a fuck who you are. But then she doesn't stand by that. Like her backbone is out the door and then when they like finally hook up, all she can talk about
is how big his dick is.
Yeah, I don't care because he disrespects women.
He also didn't eat it.
He didn't even eat it. And he's like, he's ruined.
The sex was so good. I literally can't even think about another man because he just ruined sex for me. He might have ruined my vibrator for me. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He didn't even eat it.
No, he didn't.
Also,
he wasn't even really using his fingers either.
No.
You're telling me from straight penetration that you think that this man has... Have you ever had sex before with anybody who knew what they were... It was just so unrealistic.
It was so... Well, but it was unrealistic in that regard on her end for how she felt about him. But it was almost too realistic with Xander's, the main guy. The
misogynist.
To the part where I'm like, oh yeah, men do act like this. Why the fuck would I want to read about that? Because the bar is in hell.
Right.
I don't want to read about a man who keeps women in his phone labeled by what sexual favor they did best.
Also, another thing
disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's repulsive.
He doesn't have like a big revelation. And she's just like, I know that he's arrogant, but I see another side of him that's softer. Hey, that doesn't take away the evil.
You're gaslighting yourself.
He sucks.
He also
it made it miserable to read.
It was miserable to read. And I don't know if this keeps happening in the series. Sometimes it's okay, but personally, I am very put off when an author breaks the fourth wall, and it's like, I don't even remember how it goes.
It's like something broken. Like, oh, I'm doing this and this and this, and you're not gonna believe this. But na.
You wouldn't believe this. Why the fuck are you talking to me? Why are you talking? Take me out of this.
No, I don't want anything
We're not
to do with
friends.
that man.
I don't know you.
And I don't want to know him. So could you keep that to yourself? Thank you so much.
I'm just not a big fan of when authors do that.
No. Catherine Center does that, and I read one Catherine Center book, and I wanted...
And I will never.
I wanted to do, when ostriches stick their head in the dirt. That's what I wanted to do.
Real.
I hate it. It makes me uncomfortable.
I don't think I'll read a Catherine Center because of how vehemently you hated
the love haters. Yeah, I read that
also,
a while ago.
There's another podcast episode from, I don't know, year and a half ago. I think it might have been our October wrap up from 2024 where we were talking, or maybe our most anticipated reads for 2025. And you said The Love Haters by Catherine Center comes out in 2025, whatever. And I said, I won't be reading that millennial ass title book.
We were talking about books that were highly anticipated for the next year. I had never read one of her books, and you were so fucking on the nose. It was terrible. I didn't read it. I read it against my will. It was for a YouTube video, and I don't even know where the fuck I read it. Oh, I think maybe I was reading books I thought it would. No.
It was 1-star, 5-star, was it not?
It was 1-star, 5-star. It had an extremely low rating, and so that was why I read it.
Yeah, of course it had a low fucking rating. It's called The Love Haters. That is such a stupid title. Millennial ass titles. Listen, millennials deserve rights. I'm not saying that they don't, because you guys, I've gotten on here and said point blank that I don't think men deserve rights, which, okay, yes, they do. That was a joke, you guys. Millennials, I respect them.
But God, your jokes suck.
Oh my God. Sometimes when something's like too millennial,
your jokes suck.
The Love Haters, I have to have coffee because otherwise, shut the fuck up. I'm being so goddamn serious. If you look at me and if you have a mug that says, don't talk to me until I've had a full mug of coffee.
Hey, I don't want to talk to you anyway.
I don't want you to speak to me ever. Yeah. Don't put that mug in the trash.
Listen, when I was 13, I loved the keep calm and fuck off meme, whatever that was. I loved it. I ate it up because I was 13. Hey, get a grip. That was well over 10 years ago.
Can we grow up? Also, like
and
the
Mile High
small
gave
girl. You pointed this out last night.
Mile High gave
millennial, and you pointed this out last night when we were watching, I don't know, some TikTok, and it was like millennials love to not speak in full sentences. They take out.
Well, now I feel like I'm gonna be stupid if I get the type of word wrong, but I think it's prepositions.
It'll be like, she's small girl and him big boy and then we don't.
They take out like is and the and It's just
Instead of
embarrassing.
completing a full fucking sentence, you infantilize yourself and talk like a
baby.
It's so off-putting. And sometimes when...
And in the third person.
And like, also, this is something that I've grown to hate.
This
Your
now
girl,
has nothing to do
your
with...
boy.
Yeah.
And I feel like in Mile High, Xander's and Stevie would refer to themselves as your girl or your boy. And there's nothing I hate more than that.
Also, another thing with Mile High is that Xander's, the main dude, he like cannot stop shitting on thrifting.
Oh, I thought you were that too. I thought you were going to say he has this whole like idea in his head that he's going to lose his entire hockey contract if he doesn't look like a man whore.
He's like, I've got this bad boy persona. I
have to
keep
keep it
around. People keep asking about my sex life.
Nobody's asking about your sex life. Name one guy who's ever been asked about his sex life.
That never happens to men.
That doesn't happen to men. That happens to women. And
they're not praised for it. I'll tell you that. It's so
I'll lose
embarrassing
my
and
hockey scholarship.
I'll
lose
my
contract if I don't bring home at least 3 different women a week. You don't have a hockey contract based on how many girls you're fucking. You have a hockey contract based on how well you perform on the ice, you idiot.
Yeah, and I promise you, the fans and the people who come to see Bad Boy Xanders, they don't actually care who you take home. They want to see you slam people into the fucking glass.
Yeah, it was just like so
embarrassing.
There were some parts
didn't make
that were
sense.
Yeah, there were some parts that were like too realistic, and then some parts that were so unrealistic. It was just like one end of the spectrum or the other, and it was very off-putting.
It was bad. I rated it 1.5 stars, and if I could go back, I'd probably just rate it 1.
I also rated it 1.5 because they're like, again, there's things that made me interested in wanting to read the rest of
that's where the 1 star
Windy
comes
City
from.
But
Xander sucks, and Stevie needs to get a backbone.
However, if I pick up Indy and Ryan's book and it pisses me off in the first 25 pages, I'm gonna be so irritated.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But to end on a high note, because I don't want to leave on such a fucking bummer, we did really love Our Perfect Storm and Flawless. And currently right now, I know it's not May anymore, but we are reading Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. It's another cowboy romance, and we're eating it up. I actually think I like it better than Flawless. So
I agree. So far, I'm
having a great time.
Yeah,
and
it's really
in this
good.
one, in Done and Dusted, the main girl, she's the professional. She's a professional barrel racer. In Flawless, the main guy is a bull rider, and he's the professional hotshot. And Done and Dusted, it's actually the woman that's the professional. The guy just like owns a bar.
Yeah,
but like she's the cool one because duh.
I think that Done and Dusted is going to be so fun.
We're like maybe 5 or 6 chapters in right now, and I'm eating it up.
It's so good though, and it's so short and so fun, and the covers are cutie
They're
butt.
so cute.
But
the summer 2026 is looking good.
I was really worried that Mile High was going to put us in a slump.
It almost did. That's why we had to stop.
But now that we're back in our little horny cowboys, having a good time. Horny Cowboys plus the new Casey Musgraves album.
Yes.
You guys, highly recommend.
Highly recommend. But that's kind of all we got today.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. And we'll talk about some more stuff.
If you want us to do more wrap-ups, we can make that a thing. So let us know.
Yeah. Let us know if you like these videos or these topics. And we'll be back in 2 weeks talking and yapping and doing some more stuff. Be sure to follow us join our book club on Fable.
Yeah,
follow
there
us
you
on
can keep up with
our active
reading. We've been doing better on that, so
we're really
definitely
trying.
follow this time. And
this time
we say it every time. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, and watch our YouTube channel, Carrie and Maddie, where we post more book content if you just can't get enough.
We're everywhere, and all we do is never shut up.
Yep. You can't get rid of us, so I don't know. See you next time. Love ya.
See you next time. Love ya.